What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rick's Righteous, and I'm back on another rap rant. Um, I've been watching some of the interviews going on with Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. Uh, I think that with Danny Garcia doing interviews with Boxing Voice um, and other outlets like 50 Cent's boxing thing that they have, the channel, um, it really helps because if you think about it, a lot of the fights have been a lot of foreigners like lately, and the only thing we have going on that is very interesting is Deontay Wilder and the Joshua whole contract stuff. But if you think about it, everybody else has been non-American, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but when I grew up, I watched a lot of boxers that spoke English, and we have to be honest. Um, Whenever boxing thrives, is usually with folks that speaks English or a foreign fighter that fights someone that speaks English. So right now we have Gennady Golovkin and Canelo, and neither guy speaks English. They're coming up in a few weeks or so, and I kind of see what's gonna happen with that, but I'm leaving another video. I'm leaving that for another video. So I think right now I want to do the Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter breakdown. Um, I don't know if you guys know, but I scored Danny winning the Thurman fight. I only watched it once. I would love to watch it back, and I'm going to. But I think Danny won that fight by 1 round. So my whole thing is that Shawn Porter has been exploiting himself, and he doesn't have much to offer when it comes to the welterweight division unless he beats Danny. He needs to fight Danny, and he needs to beat Danny. I think uh, Danny Garcia is right, and his father's correct. If you watch some of the interviews that have been going on with Boxing Voice and stuff like that, they were talking about how Shawn uh, had like a wish to fight Danny, and they were saying, be careful what you wish for. I agree with that. I agree with that statement because when it all comes down to it, whether we agree if Thurman won or Garcia won, Thurman's out of the picture now. He's not in the welterweight division right now, and there's just rumors of him fighting tune-up fighters and a few little warm-up type of videos where he's just hitting pads or doing some movements, but there's nothing big. If you haven't seen it, go check out my Instagram, at RefLegend193. Scroll down, you'll see Keith Thurman working out. But that was a few weeks ago, and there's no study right now of him talking or anything. I haven't seen anything from him. If you guys have seen anything from him, comment below and show me something that's going on because I haven't seen anything. Also, if you guys thought that Thurman won the fight, explain it to me because I would love to watch it back and study everything that happened. But at the end of the day, my whole thing is that Keith Thurman is really out of the picture now. He's a step behind. Even though he won versus Danny, he had to forfeit the believe the WBC title, and that's what I believe Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia are fighting for now. And some of the things that were said in the interview with Danny were intriguing. I need to go watch some of the stuff of Shawn. I favor Danny, but they were talking about the amateurs and how Shawn lost power going up to 165 in the amateurs, and how at 147 he's more of a volume puncher. So I kind of disagree with that statement, but at the end of the day, I think Danny can match Shawn Porter's power, and I think he can match it by staying still or subtle movements when it comes to fighting Shawn. Shawn is more of a movement type of fighter, and he picks up steam from moving and weaving and using his legs and moving around and using his agility and stuff like that. Danny doesn't need to. He can plant, He can move a little bit, and if he sees an opening, he'll crack you. You know, he'll go off the jab, and then he'll crack you and use his haymakers and stuff. He's really underrated. I think Danny Garcia is really good, a really good fighter. I would say he's at least top 5 in the welterweight division. I feel like he's underrated. I'm not gonna say he's number 1, but right now, if you think about it, who else is Al Heyman gonna ride with in the welterweight division? When it comes down to resume, it has to be Danny Garcia. When it comes to negotiations and who gets the money fights, Danny Garcia is going to be first in line to be like, yo, what's going on here? How are you going to give this guy this money and I don't get it? When I'm on your roster, you better pay me. So whether Errol Spence is the hot ticket right now when it comes to Al Heyman fighters, Danny Garcia is right there, and he's going to ask for whatever Errol Spence is getting plus more. So that's why you see the Twitter war that's going on with Terrence Crawford and Danny Garcia. Both guys are fighting to become the king of the division, and Errol Spence is right there in the middle of the sandwich. So what do you guys think of this whole mix-up? Is Shawn Porter going to get past Danny Garcia? If he passes Danny Garcia, it will really it will change everything. And now that would be a crazy fight between him and Crawford, but obviously the big fight that people want to see is Crawford versus Garcia. I think they fought in the amateurs. I think Danny edged Crawford out, and that's something that they both want to take care of. You know, Danny says, I beat you for free. Now I would love to beat you for some millions. So I think that's very interesting. And Danny has been talking about Crawford for about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years now. And Crawford has also been, Porter has also been wanting to fight Danny for 2 years. You got both guys that are trained by their fathers. I've been around Shawn Porter and I've been around Kenny Porter. I know both of those guys, and right now they don't seem like they know what to say, but I think when they get in the ring, it's going to be a different ball game. I think he's going to test Danny, but I don't think he has enough power to nullify Danny's confidence when it comes to fighting. I think the only way to beat Danny is to beat him with agility, kind of like Thurman did. Use your speed, stay away, take some rounds off, but still at the same time, while you're taking those rounds off, if you're not winning those rounds, push them, make them tired, make them follow you. Don't just push the fight to get a knockout, push the fight to make the fight longer. So like that, he has to work on his endurance, because I think that's where Danny has issues. So other than that, there was a couple tweets I saw. Luis Collazo versus Manny Pacquiao. There's a couple things out there that's been going on, been spoken about, and there's some fights that are been looking really good. Obviously, people are talking about MMA. There's always things going on. Deontay Wilder, of course, Joshua talks, and Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo, which I'm gonna make another video for. But this is just a pre-evaluation, like I always do, for each fight. The big fights that I like, and I'm gonna try and watch my best to attend or listen to, and or watch. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna keep trying to make these videos. And right now, I have Danny winning by decision, whether it's by TKO or a decision. I think that would be suitable for Danny. It will help his career. It's funny how all these PBC guys, they're only fighting once a year now. The biggest fighters are fighting once a year now. So I just find that very interesting. I'm going to make a post about it on my Instagram. Please follow me on at RafLegend193. On Instagram, you'll be updated with the latest. So until then, folks, you already know, it's your boy Rex Righteous. Hit me up. We're always here, ready for business. Take care. Peace.